All the old paintings on the tomb, they do the sand dance, don't you know? If you move too quick, oh, hey, oh, you're falling down like a domino.
Wow, I never knew the lyrics to that song, but Keith just clarified all of them for me.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Thanks, man. I really needed that.
You did it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Manga Rewind. I like saying it like that.
I was just about to ask, why do you always say it like that?
I like to get pumped.
Alright.
As you guys might notice, this episode does not fall in the bi-weekly releasing. We're actually going to be doing little mini reviews like this in between the bigger episodes, so you can always hear from us. It's always a nice little surprise to hear from us. It's like a little Christmas gift. When you wake up on Christmas Day, you're 8, you're trying to rip into the shit that Santa brought you, and you're just stomping down the stairs, you know?
And it's all Maverick merch?
Link in bio.
Link in bio.
It's like Keith is really amped about this one.
Yeah. He's really excited about this. I'm surprised.
Today, we're going to talk about a movie that at first I was not pumped to watch, but then after watching it, I was like, whoa, that was pretty good.
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
This is something I want to note, though, is this is all of us was our first viewing.
Yeah.
Well, you watched it during our second viewing.
Right.
Yeah,
Me and Marquise watched it on our own.
Yeah, but we did not...
I didn't write down a single note for this, so this should be interesting.
Hold on. Let's introduce ourselves.
So I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
And you heard from the beginning, I'm your boy Keith, and we will be talking about Ninja Scroll.
Ninja Scroll is kind of regarded as one of the classics.
Yeah, it's like it falls in the same category as like Ghost in the Shell and Akira, from what I understand.
Yeah,
it's the top top 10 ranking, like highly recommended animated movies.
Like
anime movies.
the big names. It's always like you said, like Akira and Ghost in the Shell and Pat Labor. And like those, they're all like everybody I hear talk about these movies. It's always, Ninja Scroll's always included.
Yeah, right. With like I was going to say Tokyo Ghoul, but I was going to say Tokyo Godfather.
yeah. Tokyo Ghoul Fathers.
Yeah, and Paprika and all that fun stuff. But yeah, anyways, let's get on to the review.
So the plot of Ninja Scroll is basically a vagabond type ninja, Jubei.
It's Jubei.
Jubei. He is basically kind of tricked into fighting these, the 8 demons of Kamon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to note this as well. So both times we watched it, I was exhausted from work. I don't know why. I was exhausted from watching Netflix at work.
He ain't playing.
Anyone who thinks that's a joke, it's not.
Yeah, it's not a joke. Dude, watching Overwatch League, it just drains you, man. But anyways, we watched these videos. I was exhausted, so watching these both times feel like a fever dream. So this should be fun talking about it.
I was awake both, and it was still a fever dream.
Yeah, all right, yeah, to be fair.
So Jubei, he has to fight these 8 demons of Kamon, and he teams up with an old man and a woman named
Kagero, right?
Kagero, yeah. Yeah, the first thing I kind of noted was that this actually reminded me a lot of Scott Pilgrim and how the whole, like, defeat 7 deadly X's. And, like, how both of these movies, they kind of just have, like, this bare bones plot that just sort of, like, lets it have, like, this nonsensical violence. Like, the plot isn't really, like, anything special. It's just, like...
Oh, it's not really there,
Yeah, it's just, like, here's these 7 deadly X's. Here's these 8 ninjas.
That's
Go
what
fight
makes...
them.
Right, because that's what makes Scott Pilgrim so interesting. Is
Yeah.
like, what's the next boyfriend going to be, right? And then, like, what's the next... demon gonna be?
Yeah,
and like
basically...
the rock monster and the snake woman, you're like, this is nuts. This is absolutely crazy.
It was really funny though, because like 2 days before we watched Ninja Scroll, I was talking to you on like Discord, and I'm like, I don't know, dude, I just want to watch or read something where somebody gets their fucking face cut off, and this fulfilled those needs.
Yeah, definitely.
In every way.
Yeah.
So, the first thing, just out of the way, this is like from the time where dubs were like almost not really like a job. Like you kind of just did it. Like
But you know what? I think that's what like the heart and soul comes from it, because this just encapsulates I can't even say the word. It's like a microcosm of like 90s anime to me.
Yeah.
It's got that like grainy like cell art and like shitty voice acting, and it like the first time I watched it, it felt so like it like transported me back. I had this weird feeling of nostalgia, like I was watching Yu Yu Hakusho for the first time, and I was like, holy shit, this is what it feels like to watch anime in the 90s. Like this is so cool.
What's the matter, monster? That line always gets me. Like when he first talks in the beginning, I'm like, oh, so that's the voice they're going with. Like at first it's so jarring. I'm just kind of like, is that how that guy would really sound?
Is that for the old guy, whatever his name was?
No, I'm talking about Jubei. When he first talks, I'm kind of just like, oh, that's what they're going with. Like,
yeah, like he's fighting those dudes on the bridge.
Yeah, like he's just kind of like, hey, you can't trick people out of their money like that. I'm like.
Real quick, I want to talk about the bridge fight. The guy that's in the little wooden mech suit. I love it.
With the fucking quick pistol.
Yeah, right. I love when he like jumps out and he's just like this little goblin guy like hiding in this wooden body.
That weird fucking like sumo diaper thing. Yeah,
right.
Like a very feudal Japan like diaper wear thing.
Yeah, right. That rag diaper.
That's totally offensive, but I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, it's a rag diaper.
Rag diaper thing. Something else from that opening sequence was because I pointed out was because I listen to a lot of like lo-fi hip hop and stuff like that, and the openings in one of the opening sequences around the bridge, there's a scene where it's a little bit of water and there's like a stork and there's like a leaf that blows by.
It's a heron, by the way.
Is it a heron?
Yeah.
So like as it's like hanging out there, and I've seen people take that specific clip and loop it. And put it to like lo-fi hip hop. So that was the first time I'd ever seen that.
They also like there's another like those lo-fi hip hop radios. They like loop a scene from Wolf Children.
Yeah, the girl doing her homework.
Yeah.
Fun fact about that one. That one just got shut down.
Really?
Yep.
That was my favorite one.
2 days ago, someone posted the rest of the GIF. They're like the rare footage of the girl finally finishing her homework on lo-fi hip hop, and she like slams her head into the book. And they did that because the account it got so many copyright strikes finally that it just shut it down.
From Wolf Children, from using Wolf Children, or using the music.
I have to assume it has to be from Wolf Children. I was under the impression that all that music was like royalty free.
Yeah, right. Because that is Funimation.
Yeah,
Funimation does they distribute.
Yeah,
I forget because that's Mamoru Hosoda film. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. That's nuts though. That's not because I used to listen. Man, I love that. I do homework all the time. Listen to that.
She finally. Hey, our girl finally finished her homework.
She did it.
She can rest in peace.
She's dead.
For
sure. That woman's
If you like
dead.
that though, you can always just go back and listen to.
But anyways, back to
Nudgibus.
Ninja Scroll.
Yeah,
listen to Nudgibus.
Yeah, I was gonna say just go listen to Nudgibus.
Yeah,
it'll be all good, and we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Bring it full circle. Here we are.
What you were talking about in the beginning when you were talking about Ninja Scroll and how it's like regarded as like one of the greats, like Ghost in the Shell and Akira and you didn't mention this one, but like Fist of the North Star. I was actually listening to the Nickelodeon podcast when the creators of Avatar and the Legend of Korra, Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, they were talking about when they were both in college and how I think one of them, I think it was Brian, was talking about like how at the time people were really into Fist of the North Star and
when was this? Was this 80s? This had to be 80s.
Yeah, I think so. And Akira. And they were just sort of talking about like
that'd be 90s then. Sorry. Anyways, continue.
Fist of the North Star was 88.
80s. Yeah. Right. So late 80s.
Original Fist of the North Star, because like in the early to mid 90s they came out with new Fist of the North Star, which was like better animation.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know which.
Whatever. Continue the story.
But what he was talking about was like how at the time he didn't really like those like Fist of the North Star and Akira because he felt like there was sort of like this sexist overtone to it. And he like was more gravitated towards like stuff like Studio Ghibli and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Ninja Scroll definitely falls in that era of like sexism in a sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like when I was watching
woman with a poison body.
Oh yeah, and like I could totally see I'm like this like definitely falls into that like Akira, Fist of the North Star sort of like women are objects, the sexism sort of. And that actually brings me to like my next point about Kagero. Like, because she's sort of just painted as like this damsel. I mean, like, she's a ninja, but she's still sort of like the damsel in distress of the group, which is weird.
She's like a tragic character.
Yeah, and my thing about that is like, I read something recently. It was like it's okay to have like dramatic like suffering in a story, but all characters should suffer together. It shouldn't be just one signaled out the entire time.
Yeah, right.
And not to say that like that's like a hard rule or anything like that, because you know they're all like guidelines you should follow, but like you can always bend and break them. But like Jubei doesn't really suffer, and like the old man definitely doesn't suffer. Like everything like almost that's horrible that happens to her. She gets like raped. Her like clan in the beginning is just killed. She sees that whole dude banging that chick, and she's just like, I want in on that, but I can't.
Yeah, right. To go back to the old man though, real quick, dude, he loses a gold bar. That's suffering enough.
Oh man, one gold bar.
That's suffering. No. That's suffering enough, dude.
I guess that's a lot back. Well, that is a lot.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
That was his meal for the next few weeks.
But the next few like years.
But yeah, it's sort of weird because it's like, it sort of just paints Jubei as like this knight in shining armor who kind of like saves her. Like in the end, like she falls in love with him, and it's just like all these fucking weird like sexist sort of tropes in a way.
This fucking white knight.
Skip.
No, we're keeping that
part. And so that was kind of like my comment on that, where she's just sort of like this. I feel like she's just this piece for everything bad to happen, and Jubei's like to come in and be like, "Whoa, look how awesome he is."
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
definitely. It's just sort of weird to look at it like that.
You know what though? I do like both of those characters.
Oh, I do too.
I think they're awesome characters,
yeah.
But like what you said, I don't think they work well together in this story. I think their individual stories are more interesting than the story that brought them together.
Yeah.
So.
And that sort of leads to like the end where like she falls in love with him, and like he like sort of refuses her, and then like only after when she's about to die he's like, "Yeah, I love you," and it's like, well, it's too late.
Yeah,
so she basically dies.
Rip.
Even sadder. She's like, "Oh, you did love me, but we didn't do anything about it, and now we never can."
Yeah, right.
So she dies almost very sadly.
She's a very tragic character,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah. But anyways,
yeah.
We talked about Useless the Old Man. Or we?
Actually, I had some more I wanted to say about the old man. Actually, so when I didn't really like that character at all. Actually, just this whole time he's just sort of. Well, for starters, he didn't like he only did one cool thing. And that's when like the shadow ninja like tries to strike him with the claw, and like he turns into that tree branch.
Oh yeah, he does some fucking shadow clone jutsu and dips out.
And then even on the ship when he's supposed to have the candle to light it on fire, he gets it blown out. He can't even do that part. The ship's already covered in gasoline. He can't even just drop a candle. He can't even do that.
He's useless. Old man sucks.
Because like my first impression of him was like, I was like, oh, he's gonna be like a Master Roshi kind of character, where it's like he seems like this old, like crude old man, but like he's actually this wise sage, and it's
that
just
poisons somebody to do his bidding.
Dragon Ball would have been very different had Master Roshi been like, Goku, hey, drink this, you're poisoned now.
The old man kind of reminded me of. I haven't watched the sub version of Princess Mononoke, but he reminded me of the Billy Bob Thornton's character.
Oh yeah,
where he's just kind of like there to like bring all these characters together, but he doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. Right. Because that's the thing is like talk about shadow clone jutsu. He poisons them, and then halfway through the movie, he's just like, "All right, see you later. You won't hear from me until the end."
Well, like. And, like, the whole time, he's just kind of, like, he makes light of the situation. He's like, dude, you gotta bang that girl or else you're gonna die. And, like, the whole time he's just kind of like, did you bang her? Yeah, did you? And, like, even when he's talking to the girl, he's like, you know what you have to do to get rid of the poison. You gotta bang him.
Dude, he's just red pilling Jubei.
Yeah, he's just, like, and then at the end when, like, she dies, he's just kind of like, so you did get to make love to her? And he's just like, no.
Man, he's just feeding him red pills, man.
Yeah, he's just being, like, a dick the whole time.
Yeah. Yikes.
But... yeah, I felt like there should have been more potential from that character, and there just really wasn't.
Yeah, it's like, here's this ninja star to get that plot moving.
All right, peace. I'm
yeah,
done.
Right. And then I'm just going to sit on the sidelines and watch.
Yeah, he's like, form an alliance with me, but I won't be doing anything.
Yeah, right. All right, so anyways, let's talk about villains. What were your favorite villains?
I don't know, actually. I mean, I liked... Gemma. he kind of reminded me of Dio because well, spoilers, but JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, Dio's because like he was chopped off at Jubei decapitated him.
Yeah, right.
And in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, Jonathan Joestar cuts Dio's head off, but Dio actually comes back in Part 3. He actually ended up taking Jonathan Joestar's body when they were burning on the ship, and his head is attached to Jonathan Joestar's body, and he has like the same kind of scar neck as Gemma, and they're both basically immortal. They're both like, well, Dio's a vampire who's like immortal, and Gemma is also immortal being. So like that reminded me.
Man, why haven't I started reading this shit?
It's so crazy.
All right,
I think
that's next on the list.
Not counting Gemma, I think my favorite character is the fucking snake lady, honestly.
You know what? It's mine too.
Yeah.
Justin?
I like her a lot, but
I like the illusions. I just like for the art style. Just the fact of the art style.
The way like the tattoos were moving off of her back and like he was just sort of sinking into the water.
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
I can't move.
Yeah, right. I think just artistically, she just has a really good scene of the illusion. I think that's the best thing. The vagina snake, though, a little much.
Hey, I know about a vagina snake or two.
As soon as it happened, I was like, I knew it was coming.
Yeah, of course she's got one hiding up there. How long do you think it's
all women do.
Red pilled. How long do you think that snake was hiding up there?
I think just in that moment. She knew someone's gonna. She knew
she's
someone's
like, come
gonna
on,
try to.
that man's coming. Hide up.
Yeah, she knew someone's gonna try to get the drop on her.
Yo, post up.
I think another one of her abilities was that was really cool was the cast off skin.
Yeah.
If I could just like have one of those in study hall.
See y'all later.
The teacher's like, Keith, you reading that book and like I just crumple and it's a cast off skin.
You see a naked Marquise just running through the halls.
But one
bare cheeks.
But back to Gemma for a quick second. I thought it was kind of cool how Jubei killed him the first time. Well, killed. Apparently he was immortal then too.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Once
then,
again, I was half in this movie, so.
And then it's only fitting that he like kills him a second time too.
Yeah.
Also, apparently he said the head of Kagura's clan had been dead for 3 days. That means earlier in the movie when we see him banging that chick, that's just Gemma in disguise.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's like, you fools, he's been dead for 3 days. So if it definitely hasn't been 3 days since we first saw him banging that chick in the beginning. So that was him in the beginning.
Is he the head of the clan, or is because they kept calling him the consulate?
Who?
The old guy that was banging that lady. He was the consulate.
Well, he shows up as him when he's riding the horse.
Oh.
And he was just like, because you even see him after he gets the eagle, he's reading that letter. That's still Gemma though. So it's weird in the beginning.
Shows how much I was paying attention to this movie.
Dude, fuck, I completely missed that.
I actually didn't catch that until
you
my
look it up?
second. No, until my second time. I was like, wait a minute. He said that dude had been dead for 3 days, so that was him that whole time.
That little sneaker.
Yeah, so that possibly means that he set them up for a trap in the beginning when he had them like hiding in the trees. Her whole clan. He set them into a trap, basically.
All right, I need to rewatch this movie with a
so,
clear head.
Yeah,
now. Okay.
Yeah, he basically set them up. So
this might change my entire opinion on the movie. Holy shit!
You know, I was gonna say I really like that first villain. I can't.
The
remember.
rock guy,
the rock guy,
the rapey rock dude.
Yeah, just because he's so
brutal.
He's just very over the top. Just I'm gonna fuck stuff up. And like I had said before, like when I wanted to watch that movie, I was like, I'm in the mood for something like that.
I remember you saying that. I was like, oh man, I gotta recommend for you.
It's fucking crazy.
Don't think I won't rape a dead girl. I was like,
oh that line,
dude.
yeah.
I was like, oh.
It was like B-horror.
Yeah, Jeebus Chrism.
He reminded me of Freddy Krueger in that moment.
I don't even think Freddy would say some shit like that.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
Yo.
Freddy might touch kids, but he ain't doing that. So
Yo, he might be a diddler, but he ain't raping.
yeah.
Well, actually, well,
he did. Yeah, he did rape those.
You know, that diddling plot line was only in the new ones.
No, it's implied in the first one. That's why they were mad at him.
Is it? No, I thought it was just.
I think it's more just killing them. The rape,
I don't think that was brought in until like Freddy's dead.
Yeah, that one's
or
weird.
like the new
that
one.
Seems like
that's a weird plot line.
Yeah,
that's like, hey, you know what? Let's just add on this diddling backstory.
I think he looks a lot like Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
He made that comment when we watched it.
Oh, I think
did
he
you
did.
not?
I was probably laughing my ass off because I love Jeepers Creepers.
It's a terrible movie. But anyways, let's walk like an Egyptian on to the next plot.
So overall, did you like it? Would you recommend?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would recommend this to primarily people my age, because I feel like if they're into anime and they remember, if they haven't seen it and they were into anime in the 90s, I would highly recommend this, because it's totally that nostalgia wave. But if it's someone younger, maybe in their teens, maybe not so much. If they're looking for something like crisp and fresh, this is definitely not something I would recommend.
Yeah. I would recommend them Devilman instead of this, actually.
Yeah, you're just recommending Devilman to everybody.
The reason being is because now that Netflix can clearly like have these animes on there, that means anything goes. Like we could get more stuff like Ninja Scroll where there's like this senseless violence and, well, I don't know about if I want rape in there, but it could be like it's kind of like Netflix kind of opens that door now for, instead of just doing a movie, you could do like a 10 episode little something.
Yeah, right.
And so I really wish, like, if Ninja Scroll could just, if they could do like an updated version of this on Netflix, that would be dope.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, but
maybe like a 10 episode thing. I think that'd be perfect.
You know what? This actually has a TV series.
Really?
Yeah. Basilisk?
No, it's just called Ninja Scroll, like the series or something. Like I was looking up. Yeah, it has like it came out in like the 2000s, I think.
Huh.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend this. I don't know who I'd recommend it to though. I think the person would really have to like anime.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I can't. They'd have to like really love like bad dubs and stuff like that.
Yeah, Ninja Scroll the series came out in 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me, I it's kind of the same boat. Like I'd probably only really recommend it to people who watched a lot of anime like in the late 90s.
Yeah.
You know, that like the Toonami crowd. But like you were saying before, like, you know, I'd like to see more kind of like a return to form of what anime used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's so different now, like politically in Japan, that they can't get away with a lot of the shit they used to. Because you watch anime from like the late 80s, early 90s, and you kind of just see they just did whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah.
And now it's like not really like that. Like it's like they've toned it down like a lot. So it's cool to go back and be reminded of what it used to be.
Yeah.
And come back, and now I like what we have now, but I miss the past sometimes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's definitely a product of its time, and I appreciate it for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, we're gonna wrap it up now?
That is it.
Okay.
This was the first hey guys, this was the first little mini episode. I hope you guys liked it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, thanks for listening, guys. You can find us on YouTube with the username of Manga Rewind. We're gonna slap a link on the episode for the Ninja Scroll trailer in the description, if you're interested at all. And then you can also find us on Twitter at Manga Rewind. And until next time, see you later.
Peace out.
Peace out. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.